January 13th. All right. So today's topic is going to be one that's not so obvious to cisgender people, but if you're a sensitive person like me, you pick it up, because these things don't bother me psychologically, but they are psychological in the way that the people that you're interacting with, mainly men, will do this, but they're doing it because they're just men. It's a natural behavior of just men who are so focused on the opposite sex, women. And when you pick up on these things, you start asking yourself these questions. More when we come back. Hi guys, this is Stephanie. I just want to say thank you so much for visiting my channel today. If you're a subscriber, thank you for subscribing. If you're a visitor just checking out my channel for the first time and browsing through my videos, if you find something that resonates with you, please consider subscribing. But if you do, don't forget to hit that top bell so you get future notifications of all my uploads. You guys enjoy. Have a nice day. Here we go. It's a chilly day today. When Florida gets these cold fronts, you can feel the slight shift in the temperature. Right now, it's getting a little chilly out there, but it's still sunny. When I get these in Florida, right away I know that up north and other parts of the country, the temperatures have dropped. And sure enough, I'm driving home from work, and I hear the weather lady say that there are minus 14 degrees in Maine and parts of New England, New York. And I'm like, okay, so that's why the cold weather down here is picking up a little bit. And sure enough, that cold front moves down here. When it hits us, we feel it. So anyways, my discussion was, it's not so subtle, it's very, very obvious, but the people that you're interacting with are not picking up on it because they're just being themselves. These are just men being themselves. You can call them male chauvinist pigs, you can call them horn dogs, whatever. I'll give you a scenario. On my job, I work with men, especially in my department. And we could be together somewhere talking. All of a sudden, a very beautiful or very attractive woman would be walking by. Immediately, it would catch their attention. Now, men are different in how they check out women. Some men are very verbal. They'll share this experience with other people. And other men are pretty quiet about it. They'll just stare and gawk. What about you're a transgender woman, you're working with these men, and they're expressing their thoughts on this beautiful woman that they just seen walking by them. They don't think for once that they're disrespecting you, a transgender woman, by them being visibly expressing what they see visually. Now, they know that you're a transgender woman, but when they come up to you and they say, "Oh, Steph, look at that one. Look at this one. Ooh, she's sexy. What do you think?" Now, why? So, why would they do that? You're standing with a group of men, or maybe with just one or two guys or whatever. They see a sexy woman walking by who may be beautiful and may be wearing provocative clothing in some way. They have to share with you that this woman is beautiful. What are we? Chopped liver? To me, it's like when men do that with me or in my presence, that's like telling me that you're one of them. Could they be viewing you as being a guy? They don't know my sexual orientation. They don't know if I like men. They don't know if I like women. Why would they come up to me and make a big deal about a beautiful woman walking by? Okay? I'm not looking for validation. I don't need other people's validation to tell me or make me feel like a woman. I already know I'm a woman. Okay? And I find it a little bit disrespectful when men would gawk at other women in the presence of another woman. Now, let's flip this a little bit. If they were standing with a cisgender woman, would these same men go up to her and say, "Oh, Mary, look at that woman. Oh, she is beautiful. Look at those legs. I doubt it very much. The reason being that they go up to you or in your presence, they express what they're seeing as beautiful or sexy in your presence or to you is because they either think you're one of them or you're one of the boys in the club. Now, I have actually confronted someone about this, and his name was John. I used to work with him, and one time we're having a conversation. His concentration on the conversation actually got broken because a woman walked by. She was wearing a miniskirt. She was very, very busty. And he looked at me like I was chopped liver. Like, "Oh my God, Stephanie, look at that." Why would I want to look at that? Why would I want to check out another woman in the same manner that men do? Yes, I'm an attractive woman. No, I do not gawk at women. Okay? One time I told him, I said, "You know, John, I really appreciate it if you don't do that in my presence." His excuse was, geez, Steph, I'm not dead." To me, it's very disrespectful. Okay? For example, I'm talking with a coworker / friend. We're having a conversation, And all of a sudden he says, all right, I'm going to go talk with the ladies. Well, what the hell am I? A cockroach? I feel like telling him, well, God damn it. What am I, chopped liver? Men who secretly do not sees you as a woman, that's the way they will act. That's the way their brain is wired. Okay? Their brain is hardwired. It's hardwired. Why? Immediately, if not all men, most men, if they know that a woman is transgender or transsexual or whatever, post-op or anything, okay, their hardwired brain already knows that you went through the changes. They're looking at you as a male. No matter how attractive you are as a trans woman. Okay? No matter how well you pass. Okay? Because deep in their little heads, they're thinking, well, I can't actually look at her as a woman or be attracted to her as a woman because she once had a penis. Okay? That's the way men think. That is why, in my opinion, when a trans woman is attracted to men, it wants to only date men, it's nothing but a series of failed relationships. Okay? The men may date you secretly. But then the men might take you and I out privately. They don't always want to be seen with you in public because they're afraid that they may be construed as gay. Okay? That's not your problem. That's not my problem. That's their problem. Okay? Because in my opinion, a real man, a real guy will date whoever he wants, despite what society thinks or feels, whether they have information about me or not. Okay? Sometimes it may not be that they're sharing their inner thoughts with you about a beautiful woman. Sometimes they can be a little cold towards you. Not very, very cold, but slightly cold. Okay? Maybe a little brushy off a little bit. It's a way that they will not treat a cisgender woman. Okay? One time, I was treated very, very, very poorly by a man. And this person has deep-seated ill feelings towards me, like a hatred. But he didn't visibly do it. He would only do it in a way where I can catch it because I'm very sensitive. I pick up all negative vibes from people. Doesn't matter what the situation is. When they're a little bit put off or they're a little bit calculating, they do certain things to you that they would not do to a cisgender woman. For example, a guy might extend his hands out in a handshake to you or me before they even give you a goddamn hug, for God's sakes. I don't want to shake your hands. If you see a woman you know, who you haven't seen in a long time, the first thing they're going to do is wrap their arms around you, give you a kiss on the cheek. No, not trans women. If you go on vacation for 3 weeks, come back and you see them, oh, hi, Steph. How you doing? How was your vacation? What the fuck is this? A handshake? You just gave Mary a freaking big hug and a big fat kiss on her cheeks. How come you don't give me that? It's not all men. Some men don't care. Okay? I've had some men friends come up to me and embrace me like he would any feminine. Some men, okay, are homophobic. Okay? It doesn't matter whether you're gay. It doesn't matter whether you're straight. It doesn't matter whether you're a man or a woman. Well, if you're a woman, you don't have a problem. If you're a real woman, like a real woman to them you gotta be a real woman, you know. If you're a cisgender woman, they will come up to you and embrace you with arms open wide, and their lips is targeting for your face. No. If you're a trans woman, no, I can't get too close to that. I had a conversation with a coworker who I liked as a friend. Okay? We were talking about relationships, and he made a comment, and he said something like, maybe you can go back out with your ex-boyfriend. He's into that. I was like, excuse me? Look, I wasn't asking you out anyways. So what do you know about my exes? What they're into or not into? That was a comment to me. That was an eye-opener. When men behave that way, I kind of like to distance myself away from them, because that tells me 101 things that they're not really accepting you or looking at you as a woman. Okay? And it's not just men, but in general, people as a whole. As a whole. What do you do about it? You know, every trans woman, okay, wants some kind of validation, just a little bit, not a whole lot, okay? We want to feel loved. We want to feel like the gender that we represent as, okay? And a lot of times, these people don't know that they're doing this. It's the hard wiring of their brain. It's the hard wiring of their brain. Let me give you another example. You go out for breakfast and you're sitting down to eat, and in front of you, on the table in front of you, there's some children. Okay? They're there with their friends or their parents having breakfast. You could be sitting there, mind your own business, and that little 7-year-old girl or the 7-year-old boy will say to their parents, is he a girl or is he a boy? That's what they'll say. They don't mean to be hurtful. Their brain is hardwired. Their brain is hardwired since birth. That means that the minute they were born, they learned to distinguish between men and women, girls and boys. Girls have to have a girlish voice, and girls gotta act girlish. They gotta be very, very pretty, okay? And they gotta look girly. Boys sound like boys. Boys act like boys, and boys look like boys. They don't look like girls. So little children could be the first people to come out and clock you not because they're trying to offend you, because your brain that's hardwired already knows. And when they see a trans person, their brains crisscross. It's like they're going into some kind of convulsion inside their brain. They're confused. They're like, I've always been taught or know that when my mommy talks or my sister talks, they sound this way, or they act that way, or they look this way. Their brain is already set up way before anything. That goes right into adulthood. Okay? So we can have the best passing skills. We can have the best facial feminization surgery, the best vocal surgery, and we can still give off some kind of vibes of our past lives. But this applies to only late onset transsexuals. Okay? I'm a late onset transsexual. Okay? So I transitioned in my 30s, not when I was 14 years old. So, and now it's not only these little interactions with men and children, but it could be with society as a whole. You can be very, very friendly out in society just by the way people look at you. We have the ability to read their eyes and their facial expression, almost reading their thoughts. If they're walking by you at a store with their friends or boyfriends or husband or girlfriends, and they're walking towards you, they might lock eyes with you. What do you think they're going to do? They're going to do this. Look, it's a trans person. Okay. I had that done to me when I first transitioned, when I first came out to my family, and I was out in women's clothes. Okay. And you know who did that to me? A family friend. My parents' best friends. They're a couple. I'm walking towards them. She gave her husband the elbow and turned the corner and kept going. Didn't even say hello to me. Why? Because they don't know how to act. They don't know how to act. Okay? These are old-fashioned, traditional people, okay, which is mostly ignorant, highly religious, but they're only religious on Sundays because other days they're fucked up. Pardon my French. But you know what I'm talking about. Okay? And I remember one time I made friends with some customers and they had 2 kids. And one day I'm helping out this husband and wife customer that were on my job with their children. And the little boy says, "She sounds like a boy." You know what the parents did? The best thing you do in that scenario, if you were the parents, you would just ignore it. No, but the parents, they gave the kid a nudge. Giving that nudge is telling you that they also know that you're a transgender person. Okay. Just because most people in society accept you and they treat you like the woman you are, it's out of respect. It may not be because you actually pass or not. Okay? They know. It's that invisible vibe that we give from being late onset transsexuals. The same thing goes for your coworkers that are checking out the woman as she walks by them, that they come out and they share with you how beautiful she is, but you're just chopped liver. Okay? Because deep down inside, they're really not seeing you as a woman. Because if you were a cisgender woman, they will not come to you and share and tell you to check out the one as well. You know, when they're expressing what they will do to a woman in front of you, that's totally uncalled for. It's disrespectful, okay? And it's a put down. But they're doing it subconsciously because their brain is their brain is hardwired that way. Okay, you have to hit them with a rock, hit them with a rock in the head to wake them up and tell them, hey, I'm not chopped liver and I don't appreciate you doing that in front of me. That's what I've done, and they've never done that to me again. I'm not one of the boys. I hope you guys enjoyed this conversation. I had to get it out there because we all go through it. You guys have a great day.
Something else.